Okay, people. This is impromptu. As impromptu as I gonna get it. Let me get everything up. So listen. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. This is Pamela, and you are watching Pam Entertainment TV, where we review movies, television series, and incidents in pop culture. Listen, we got a lot of stuff to go over. But it's not really that big. We'll let the little preview. Y'all, we're gonna go over. We're just gonna watch it. I'm gonna talk about it real quickly, and then we're gonna watch it. So Cardi B currently is on trial for an assault. It's a civil case, and she's currently on trial for it. It looks like it's been going a couple of days. Don't know how I missed it, but I did. So let me just give you the quickest overview, and then we're gonna get to Cardi B's testimony because Cardi B is on the stand right now. And so it says here that Cardi B is on trial for a civil assault case stemming from a 2018 incident where she is accused of physically and verbally abusing a security guard, Himana Ellis, outside a Beverly Hills medical office. The lawsuit claims assault, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, and false imprisonment, with Ellis seeking monetary damages. While Cardi B denies the allegation, uh, stating that the Ellis woman was the aggressor. So again, it happened outside a medical office in Beverly Hills. The allegations that Cardi B physically and verbally abused a security guard. Ellis was trying to record Cardi B, who was pregnant at the time, and seeking privacy at a doctor's appointment. Ellis is seeking monetary damages for the alleged injuries. Now, Cardi B's defense is she denies the allegation. She claims that the security guard was the aggressor attempting to record her. Uh, Her defense team is highlighting inconsistencies in Ellis's testimony and her report, suggesting her account is not trustworthy. Okay, so this case has been going on since yesterday. I've got some information from page 6. It says Cardi B allegedly spit on slash security guard's face with her fingernails during a violent fight. Now, what's interesting to me is the word pregnancy. And so we will go over and read that letter. So I've got it queued up to where we have somebody on trial and then Cardi B is coming up. So let me get back to that. Cha cha cha. Uh-oh. I'm doing way too much, y'all. All right, so we got it queued up. And let's get into it because Cardi B is going to be coming up. Let me just continue it. Here we go. Let me know if you can hear. So Cardi B should be coming up pretty soon. Ugh. I increased the playback speed. Let's see if that'll help us out a little bit.
Doctor, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. They're a little bit overlapping, but I'll go ahead and ask them. Um, if a physical injury is not reported to you, is there any reason you would still take a note of it?
Do I just answer yes or no, or
You can explain.
From what I recall, when
We're gonna go because I just want to hear her testimony. We have the gist of what happened. I want to hear because this is, for me, it's very rare. Here she comes.
Ma'am, may I please have you stand right next to the court recorder? Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly state that the testimony you may give in the cause now pending before this court shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Thank you. May I please have you state and spell your first and last name for the record?
My name is Delphine Morales Almanzar.
May I please have you spell it?
The whole thing?
First, last name, second.
Okay. Delcalmanzar.
Great, thank you. You may take a seat, please, watch your step.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for coming back. Good afternoon, Ms. Almanzar. Do you prefer I call you Ms. Almanzar, Cardi B, or it doesn't matter?
I mean, you have been calling me Cardi B.
You feeling better today?
Maybe.
And I'll need you to speak up a minute.
Yeah,
Hard to hear you.
yeah, a little better.
Your birthday is October 11, 1992.
Yes,
You're left-handed.
yes.
Are you the firstborn child?
To my mom.
Baby,
Uh,
to her mama.
Did you
Daddy
take
was
any
a Rolling
medication,
Stone.
drugs, or alcohol that would affect your ability to testify today?
No,
On the date of the incident, did you have black hair, blonde hair, or different color hair?
I quite don't remember. I do know I had a hoodie on.
Yesterday you had black hair, short hair. Today it's blonde and long. Which one is your real hair? Or are they both real?
They're wigs.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know that. It's a good week today then.
Not talking about the lace front.
Do you have any affiliation at this time with a gang?
Objection, Your Honor. Motion will make that violates.
Affiliation with the gang. Wait a minute.
Your fingernails, can you show them to us
Pastor.
for all of us to see? How long are those fingernails? Just your best estimate. I don't want you to take a ruler to it, but if you were to give your estimate, is that half an inch, 1 inch, 2
I
inches?
think it has to be less than an inch.
Now, the reason why this is important because they say the security guard is saying that she scratched her. Now, we all know that Cardi B usually wears nails that are 2 inches long. She usually has very long nails. So it's interesting that she's coming to court with shorter nails that we are used to seeing her wear.
And,
Way less than an inch.
can you show them to us again? All right. Are they pointy?
These are not, to me, are not pointy. They're like circle, oval,
Okay. Are those your real nails or are they fake nails?
fake nails.
If I wanted you to change them to 3-inch nails,
Hmm.
how long would it take for you to do that right now?
Well, it really depends. Like these are like glued on, so they will be a little bit quicker. Sometimes I do acrylic, which could last me on for 2 weeks. I will literally have to take like 2 hours to melt them off if they're acrylically on.
On December 24th, 2018, do you remember going to 8920 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills?
December?
I'm sorry, February 24th of 2018. Do
Mhm.
you remember going to 8920 Wilshire Boulevard?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at it with a yes or no.
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Do you know Dr. Aziz Olai, who's in that building?
No,
Do you know Miss Parsi, who's in that building?
no,
Do you know Brianne Soraya, who's in that building?
no.
Who do you know in that building?
Well, at the time, I went to see Dr. Finke. I had an appointment with him that day. So that's who I went to see that day. Do I personally know him? No,
When you went to see him, were you seeing him as a friend or as a patient?
as a patient.
And when you went to see him, it was a Saturday, correct?
Yes,
And you filled out an intake form and you signed some other documents that he would be your treating doctor, correct?
no, for that day, yes.
Yeah.
I don't live in LA,
I
so
understand. You came all the way from Atlanta, Georgia, correct?
Jersey and Atlanta.
I understand. So when you went to see Dr. Finke on February 24th of 2018,
Mhm.
when you went to see him, you went to see him as a patient,
Yes,
and you got medical treatment from him, whether it was for 1 minute or an hour or longer, correct?
mm-hmm.
How much time did
And
you?
you need to answer yes or no, ma'am.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Thank you. How long did you spend with the doctor that day?
I'll say about 25 to 30 minutes. Around that time. Not that much.
And when you were there on that date with Dr. Finke,
Mm-hmm.
Did he examine you?
Yes, he examined my baby for a little bit.
And what baby was that? What number?
Number one.
Oh, that was the first child you ever had.
That's my first child, yes.
And you were 25 years old at the time.
Yes.
You're aware that plaintiff was the same age as you at the time?
No.
Assist me.
No.
Besides examination, what did Dr. Finke do for you? That
Objection. Assist me. We're not here for her medical care. No.
So this is interesting because during this incident, she was pregnant. That's interesting. However you want to pull it out, pull it in. So you have her going to the doctor's appointment. She's not she is not at that time, she was not a resident of California. And so she's going to a doctor's appointment in California. And that was just some background information for you. You do with it as you will.
Did you keep Dr. Finke's, well, strike that. Who referred you to Dr. Finke?
I asked somebody to find me like a very upscale private doctor. So I was like, I need to go to the doctor's like tomorrow. Like I feel so weird. And they were like, we're gonna find somebody. And that's just how it goes.
When you were outside in the hallway before you entered Dr. Finke's office, did you see this individual, Amani Ellis, in the hallway?
She was waiting for she was right in front. As soon as the door of the elevator opened, she was waiting, I guess, for the elevator. She was going inside the elevator.
And you were coming outside of the elevator?
Yes.
Do you know approximately what time it was when this occurred?
About, I guess, like in the afternoon, 1 o'clock around there. Yeah, 1 something.
Have you ever seen Dr. Finke either before or after February 24th of 2018?
No.
When you went to Dr. Finke's office, your security guard drove you there,
Yes.
and his name is Karan Newton.
He was my security guard. Yes.
Did you have more than one?
It depends, but he was just my main one. Yes, at the time.
Did he go up with you to the medical place?
No, I didn't want him to know that I was going to an OBGYN.
You
So
didn't want your security guard to know that?
no,
Why?
I don't. Well, first, I didn't want people to know that I was pregnant. Second, I was a little like, I don't want a guy that I work with to know I'm going to a vagina doctor.
Okay. Did you trust your security guard?
In certain ways, yes. In certain ways, no. But I don't know. Sometimes you just really don't trust everybody in your business. You don't want everybody in your business.
Do you remember what floor you were on when you exited the elevator?
The 5th floor.
At any time, did your security guard come into the building after learning about there being some kind of incident in the building?
He was waiting for me, like, not necessarily like inside. He was like waiting for me, like by the exit, like by the door. Around there, yeah.
Like, do you remember the building?
Yes.
Do you remember?
Well, I kind of remember, but I do know that he was waiting for me by the door.
And you're talking about the lobby area where
Yes.
you take the stairs up?
Mm-hmm.
So
The
he was
lobby.
inside the building or right outside?
I don't really recall, but he was like, maybe it wasn't the inside, it wasn't the outside, but he wasn't like like deep in. He was like waiting for me by the door. And the door, he had it open for me to come out.
All right. So would you consider that your security guard was with you at the time, whether it was upstairs, downstairs? In your mind, would you agree that your security guard was with you at the building? Is that fair?
I think it was
Was your security guard with you in the lobby of the building at 8920 Wilshire Boulevard on February 24th, 2018?
In the lobby, yes, when I was exiting. When I was
But
exiting.
He was in the lobby with you,
In the
right?
lobby. I can't say he was with me because we was leaving. He never went upstairs, so.
Okay. Do you know if your security guard, Karan Newton, spoke with Miss Ellis at any time that day?
He did not tell me he spoke to her at all.
Do you know if he did?
He told me he didn't. So I'm
Did
gonna
you
go with
ask
his
him?
word. No, because I was like, I told him like what happened upstairs. He was like, damn, I should have went upstairs. But he never told me that he spoke or seen her. So I wouldn't know.
You came to this courthouse with another fine gentleman security guard, correct?
Yes.
objection, relevance, system.
And when you go to different places with your security guard, if an incident occurs where you're threatened or you're injured or
Mhm.
anything happens,
Yes.
aren't they supposed to come help you?
Objection, relevance,
Well,
system.
Why don't we move on?
You don't have to answer. When the incident occurred, did you call your security guard or send him a text message or do anything to let your security guard who was with you know that something happened where you wanted his help?
Objection,
Okay, so I do apologize. We are jumping right in the middle of all of this. This is just an interesting exercise on the differences of how different attorneys run their questioning. So if it seems odd or anything like that, just bear with me. And if you're just joining me, what I'll do is just go back over and tell you what you jumped in the middle. So this is a trial stemming from a 2018 incident where Cardi B is accused of physically and verbally abusing a security guard when she was going to a doctor's appointment in Los Angeles, California, while she was pregnant with Culture. Because remember, nobody knew she was pregnant until when was it? On an award show. So excuse me. Let's continue.
Argumentative as to with
Overall.
I told him like, yo, you wouldn't even believe what just happened upstairs. He was like, what happened? And I practically told him like, I'll tell you later, like when I leave. I'm like, wait for me. But I told him like, wait for me downstairs, like by the door. And that's what I told him.
If you were in any danger, would you call your security guard, or would you call the police, or would you call both, or do nothing? Did you feel that you were in danger on February 24th, 2018, when you were upstairs on the 5th floor?
For like those 50 seconds, yeah. After I went to my appointment and like the argument just passed me, I didn't even mind it anymore.
Did your attorney show you a photograph of Dr. Finke to refresh your recollection as to who the doctor was that you saw on that date?
Yes.
And you had a different set of attorneys before, in 2022 and 2023. Did they do the same thing?
No, they didn't.
So, do you know what's discovery?
Yes.
What are form interrogatories?
Oh, I don't know what that means.
What is special interrogatory?
I do not know.
What are requests for admissions? You don't know, right? Is that fair? You don't know.
No.
You do know?
No.
Okay. And when your attorney responded to the written discovery on your behalf, did he or she show you the discovery responses? Did they email you a copy of it?
I mean, I will have to see what you're asking me.
I will show it to you.
So he's asking her about information that her former lawyers did or did not show her. And they're talking about discovery. And if you've been following me about with the Drake trial, you know that discovery is that the opposing people or them present evidence to the opposing party about what's going on in the case or things that they need to review. Okay. Now, remember, I told you all, she went to this doctor because, oh, well, she told you all, not me, but she went to this doctor because she was in LA. Something wasn't feeling right in her pregnancy. So she decided that she needed to go to a doctor. And this is why it seems odd that she doesn't know what the doctor looks like or remember what's the doctor, because it was only a one-time occurrence.
May I approach your honor? To show her the discovery only? Thank you, Your Honor.
Could you identify it, please?
Yes. I will show it to you. So for identification purposes, it is form interrogatories, set 1 dated September 30th of 2022.
This one, that's what it is.
That's what it is? Okay, just coming to show you this document. You can take a look at these pages. Did your attorney show you those documents at any time in your life?
I'm not quite sure. I don't think so. No. Whoa.
And I'm going to show you, with the court's permission, the responses which were drafted and served on January 17th of 2023. May I approach, Your Honor? All right. We'll show you these documents as well. You can take a look at those documents. Do you ever remember receiving these documents from anyone, whether it was your attorney, the attorney's paralegal, a family member, anybody? Did they ever show you these documents when they responded on your behalf?
This one I saw. This one I saw.
Okay, you saw that one.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to go over it with you. On the one that you're on the right, if you can look at 12.1. Do you see the question 12.1? It would be, I believe, on the 6th or 7th page. And it will ask if there are any witnesses to this incident.
Well, can you
There's not a question.
point it to me?
I'm sorry?
Point
Show
it
it
to
to you.
me. Yeah. Sure.
Can I approach on it?
Go ahead.
It's on page 5, under 12.1.
Mm-hmm.
Did your attorney ask you if there were any witnesses to this incident?
Yes.
All right, we're just gonna avoid attorney-client privilege conversation.
And the relevance, Your Honor, this is a discovery issue that the subject.
Not a discovery issue, Your Honor. I'm asking her questions about if there's any witnesses, and it's for impeachment purposes. Okay, and if you look at the response, there's a response there in the 50
And if I'm not mistaken, this is Miss Ellis's attorney.
page document to your left. May I show it to her, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
Sir, can he identify by page and line? I'm not sure
Sure.
what he means by showing
I
it.
can show it to you first if you'd like.
I just, what do you,
I wanted her to talk about the response.
all right.
That's. Read the question. May I read the question when I go back to my seat? I'll show you.
It's your direct counsel.
Connie looks so lost, child. She don't looks like she don't know what's going on.
So first, I want to ask you if this is your signature on page 47. Is that your signature?
It could be because if it's like by electronic, that's how I sign. Like,
Okay. And the question that I showed you, 12.1, just say, you want to read it or you want me to read it to you?
you could be.
State the name, address, and telephone number of each individual who witnessed the incident. This is A, so paragraph A. Or the events occurring immediately before or after the incident.
Mhm.
That's what the question is.
Yes.
As you sit here today, would you, is it your testimony that Dr. Finke is a witness to the incident?
Absolutely.
He is a witness.
Yes. She knows. She was there.
Is Dr. Finke outside speaking with you
Outside where?
on February 24th, 2018?
Outside like,
In the hall.
yes.
He came out of his office?
Yes.
And your response in 12.1, this is what you responded with your attorney's assistance. I won't hold you 100% at fault for it. But question,
Your Honor,
I withdraw. I apologize. The response is, responding party incorporates by reference the preliminary statement and general objections set forth above, subject to and without waiving the foregoing objections. Responding party responds as follows. Responding party may be contacted through defendant's counsel. Imani Ellis may be contacted through plaintiff's counsel. And then it says unknown staff / employees at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, including at least 2 such persons who intervened during the incident. Discovery is continuing. Were you at Cedar Sinai Hospital or Cedar Sinai Medical Center when this incident occurred?
No.
Okay.
But to my knowledge, Dr. Finke works also for Cedar Sinai, but we wasn't for Cedar Sinai.
Is there any reason why your attorney or your prior attorney? Yes, Your Honor.
We're not gonna.
And at the time when you saw Dr. Finke, you knew his name at that time, correct?
I didn't know his name. And for a while, when I was getting asked by lawyers like his name and like the receptionist's name, I didn't know it because I saw him one time. So I kind of like just forgot about him.
But when your attorney asked you for the name for purposes of trial, then you did remember the name.
I didn't remember the name. I told him there was two witnesses, the receptionist and the doctor. I told him it was a doctor. My doctor came out at the time, the guy that checked me, and the receptionist. She knows. She was there. He was there.
Who knows?
The plaintiff. She knows.
How do you know she knows?
Because that's who separated. That's who separated and got in between us while we was verbally arguing.
Who got in between you?
The female receptionist, she came out first and she started like telling her, like, "Your security, what are you doing?" And then that's when the doctor came out. He was like, "Go to my office." And that's when I just walked away, and that was the last of it.
Okay. And in 12.1 question, 12.1 subparagraph D.
Y'all, this
State
was
the
7
name,
years
address, and
ago.
telephone number of each individual who you or anyone acting on your behalf claim has knowledge of the incident. You just testified that Karan Newton was downstairs in the lobby on the date of the incident. You also testified that you told him different things about the incident. What is the reason, this is the question, what is the reason you did not disclose Karan Newton's name in discovery?
Because he wasn't upstairs.
And wait for the question. It's a question.
Person mischaracterizes the testimony, it's compound, it's irrelevant to the merits of the case.
It's listening.
In written discovery, were you asked to provide the name of your security guard?
Your Honor,
Yeah, but why don't we? I don't know what you're trying to impeach her on because she hasn't testified to anything yet. You're saying it's impeachment, but you're not impeaching anything.
Did you respond to special interrogatory set 1 through your attorney?
Your Honor,
All right, and the court's going to sustain its own 352. Once you run.
Is it me? Is it me? Or did they not expect they expected Cardi B just to pay out and go home? They did not expect to go to court because just
Do you consider Karan Newton to be a witness in this case? Okay?
No,
Sustained. Counsel, I need you to move on. This case isn't about discovery. You might want to move on to what it is about.
Is Tierra Malcolm a witness to this case?
Counsel, please.
Do you know who the witnesses are?
All right, we're going to take a break, folks. Why don't we take a 10-minute break? We'll resume at 3:55. In the meantime, please do not discuss the case with anyone, including other jurors. Don't form any opinions or do any research.
baby, they taking a recess. We're gonna let it play. But it doesn't seem like I've watched a little bit of this, and it doesn't seem that they thought that this was gonna go to trial. So let's do this. Let's see if okay.
Security guard.
Okay.
She didn't disclose his name, but she knows his name.
Okay.
So
So what are we going to do with that?
we're going to have the jury know that she didn't give the name of her security guard.
And what? So in order to be admissible, it has to be relevant. In order to be relevant, it has to be probative. Or so it's got to be more likely to show, prove, or disprove a material fact in the case. None of this has anything to do with any material fact.
Let me explain. Her testimony, Your Honor, is that Karan Newton doesn't know anything about this case.
She doesn't say that. She hasn't said that. She said he was in the lobby.
Even better. Plaintiff has testified that it's in the medical records.
Okay.
He's a witness in some form or
So
fashion.
the appropriate means for you to do that is one, to file a motion to compel, or number two, seek evidentiary sanctions, which would have been handled pre-trial. But we're not going to have this witness testifying in trial in front of a jury about discovery issues.
That's fine. Okay? The issue is, if it asked her to provide the name of the security guard and she didn't disclose it, why is it not fair? These are under penalty.
Then you file a motion to compel, or a motion for evidentiary sanctions. You did neither.
She testified in her discovery that she was alone. Today, she testified she was with Karan. I want to ask her about that.
You already did.
I didn't show her the discovery, which is on point on that issue, Your Honor.
You're going to impeach her with the document saying that she was alone when she was alone in the elevator and the incident happened. That's your impeachment?
No, my impeachment is she did not reveal that she was with the security guard in the lobby, didn't do anything to provide his information when the other side.
Again, it's a discovery issue, so we're not going to go there.
Your Honor, the other side was able to impeach plaintiff
With what?
with this discovery. They went into it
And she offered inconsistent statements in discovery.
That's what's happening here too.
No, she hasn't said anything inconsistent. She said she didn't know the person's name.
She knew
In
Karan.
discovery, she said she didn't know the person's name.
She knew Karan Newton's information.
Okay.
We asked for the name of the security guard.
All right.
She made it appear.
I'm going to ask you to move on. We're not going to get into further discovery issues.
See, I just raised one point. I don't
Sure.
want the court to overlook. I want to point out this questioning started with a direct contemptuous violation of the order on the motion to eliminate, excluding any mention of gang affiliation, and that's the first question he asked.
Yeah, I don't expect that there's going to be anything further than that. I mean, you knew it was wrong when you said it.
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that there was a specific motion eliminating excluding.
The motion limiting, Your Honor, is prior to that.
You might want to look at your trial binder to see specifically what it says. All right. All right. We'll resume in 5 minutes.
How do you come to court? Because I understand people come to court and they're blindsided. How are you coming to court and you're not prepared? The judge has to tell you step by step, and then the reasonings why you're doing it are not making any sense. Y'all, let me what are y'all saying? Oh my goodness. Let me, because we're on a delay. So let's see where we are. Let's move on up.
So now I want to take you a little bit through the incident. Bring you back in time.
Right. Seven. This is 2018.
It was a verbal incident. Verbal.
But it was an incident, correct?
Oh,
I don't.
Yeah.
I personally feel like if there's no physical touch, there is no incident. There was a verbal altercation. If you think that that's an incident, a verbal altercation, then it's an incident for you. But we both have different opinions. It's a verbal altercation. She didn't hit me, I didn't hit her. There was no touch. So to me, it wasn't no incident.
Was there spitting?
Absolutely not.
Did you spit on Miss Ellis?
No,
Did you call her the N-word?
no.
What is your background? Are you Hispanic, white, something else?
Okay.
My background?
Yes.
Well,
What's the objection?
Of relevance. And
Sustained.
Would you consider yourself African American?
I consider myself Afro-Caribbean.
Now, you need to give your attorney a second to object. What's your
Oh,
objection?
sorry.
sorry. Relevance, Joe?
Sustained.
Have you ever used the N-word with Miss Amani Ellis?
No,
Did you try to take a swing at her?
no,
When you say there was a verbal altercation,
yes.
do you know what the word altercation means?
Like a conflict.
Like a fight, right?
It was like a verbal fight, but it didn't get physical at all.
So Cardi B goes on record in the court of law. She says she's Afro-Caribbean.
When I'm talking to you now, are we having a verbal altercation?
We having, we'll say, a debate.
And we're debating about whether you assaulted and battered Miss Amani Ellis, correct?
Just no, but I guess so. But I didn't touch her. She didn't touch me. So
What proof do you have that you didn't touch her?
Objection, relevance, and also,
That's already been sustained.
Do you have any videos of the incident?
no,
Did you try to get videos of the incident?
I asked if there was videos. Like I told my lawyers to check if there was videos, but there's no cameras. I guess there was no cameras.
And when did you ask for that? What year?
I feel like when I got sued, I was like, when I got sued, I was like, oh, I know I didn't touch her. Like it's like look for the cameras because they'll tell you I ain't touching her.
When you went to the building of 8920 Wilshire Boulevard, you saw Amani Ellis there on the 5th floor. Was she wearing her uniform as a security guard?
Yes. Okay.
You remember?
Again, you might want to just take a breath so your attorney can object.
Are you aware that my office is across the street?
No.
8920 Wilshire Boulevard. You remember that number? You agree that that's the correct number? The address.
I remember that I went there, but I don't really remember the address and stuff like that. I don't.
If I show you the building with the number on it, would that help refresh your recollection?
Sure.
I don't have to really waste time if you don't want me to. When you were sitting here throughout the trial, you saw the 22
Yes.
pages I showed, right?
Yes.
Was that the correct building?
Yes.
Okay. And you remember entering the building, going up some stairs, taking the lobby elevator, and going to the 5th floor, correct?
Yes.
And when you exited, you saw Amani Ellis right there in front of you.
Yes. No. When I exited the elevator,
Okay.
not the building, the elevator.
Correct.
Yes.
On the 5th floor.
Mm-hmm.
And there was 3 elevators there?
I do not remember that.
At least two different elevator bays?
I don't remember that. I just remember me getting out the elevator. She was coming in. I was coming out. I could hear her. She was talking on the phone. And she said, oh my God, yo, Cardi B's here. So I kind of speed walk. But I feel her behind me. Then I hear her talking like, oh my God, Cardi B is here. So I turn around and she had her phone. She didn't have it here no more. Now she has it here. And I asked her, yo, why are you recording me? And she clearly looked like the security guard. She's uniformed down. And I'm like, why are you recording me? Are you security? And she's like, oh, my bad. But then I'm walking and I feel her still following me. So like as I'm walking, speed walking, trying to look for the office, I turn around again. I'm like, why are you following me? She's like, cause I can. It's like, no, you can't. Why are you following me for? Like, ain't you supposed to be security? And she's like, cause I can. It's like, no, you can't. And she's like getting closer and closer. Like now she's like in front of me where I can't even like really maneuver. And I'm like, ain't you supposed to be security? Like you grouped out, you recording me. You're recording me. Now you following me. Like back up. And she's like, I can do what I want. It's like, no, you can. Like you can't do what you want. And that's when we started arguing.
And what did you say?
I was like, you can't do what you want. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's like you invading my privacy, and now we're like chest to chest practically. So I keep telling her like, you need to back up. And I'm thinking to myself like, this girl is big. She's big. She got big black boots on, and I'm like, damn. What am I gonna do now? She's literally right in my face, like on my chest, and we're arguing. And I keep telling her to back up, but she's not backing up. And we arguing, cursing at each other. I did call her the B word. I did call her a bitch. Like, bitch, get out of my face. I did say, bitch, get the fuck out of my face. You're in my face. You're screaming in my face. We're like literally we're literally screaming at each other. And she kept telling me like, you're gonna leave my building. I'm like, I'm not leaving. Like, how you harassing me? I'm not leaving. And you telling me, how you telling me to leave? I came to see a doctor. You following me. You're recording me. I'm just trying to check my cat. You're recording me. And we're arguing. That's when the receptionist came out. She started wilding out like, this bitch hit me, and I'm like, I did not hit her. I'm looking at her like, girl, I can't even hit you if I want to. You're bigger than me and you're pregnant. And she just started wilding out like, this bitch hit me. Then the doctor came out and he's like, go to my office. And after that, I just walk away. And that's just that.
Are you aware in the city of Beverly Hills, if a security guard tells you to leave the building, which they are security of, you would be required to do that? Do you agree with that?
Objection to relevance.
A security not supposed to.
You don't need to.
Did Miss Imani Ellis tell you that you're causing a disturbance in the building?
No. She was causing a disturbance. She's recording me and following me.
Let's talk about that. Are people allowed to record you if they want to in a public place, which will be the building that you were at?
Objection.
Yes or no?
Objection calls for a legal conclusion. Mischaracterizes.
Do you know if it's okay for someone to videotape you?
Objection calls for a legal conclusion.
Sustained.
When she videotaped you, or maybe she didn't, what proof do you have that she was videotaping you?
She had her phone went from here to right here. And she said, like, yo, Cardi B, like, I seen her. I turned around and I seen it. I seen it with my own eyes.
Did you ever see the actual video recording of you on her phone? Yes or no?
No.
Could it be possible that she was recording you? She was simply holding her phone in front of you. Is that possible?
Objection.
Yes or no?
Calls for speculation.
Sustained.
What proof do you have that you were being recorded by Imani Ellis on February 24, 2018, aside from what you just told us?
Objection.
Do you have any other proof?
Objection has been answered.
Sustained.
Isn't it true that you usually wear your nails longer than what they are today?
Sometimes, most of the times, yes, and some of the times, no.
Most of the time, 90% of the time?
Lately, as in so far, I'll say about, in the past year, I'll say about 70.
70% of
Yes.
the time. And when you wear them long, would you agree that they're about 3 inches long?
No, not all the time, no.
2 inches? or more?
So
It really depends.
why don't we focus? She said in the last year. I don't know how long she has her nails in the last year is relevant to anything.
And when you had them in 2008, 2018, you also wore them long at that time too, correct?
I wear them long, but it really depends on the inches.
How long were your nails on February 24th, 2018, when you were at the building speaking or arguing or whatever you were doing with Imani Ellis?
They were 1 inch. They were square, coffin squared, and they had flat rhinestones.
Are rhinestones sharp?
No, not if they're flat. And they were in 3D. They were flat.
With the nails you have on right now, do you think that these nails are sharper or the ones that you had on the date of the incident?
I believe that they were not sharp that day. They were square, and sometimes like when it's acrylic and it's square, it's like a texture. And I always tell this to my nail tech: make sure that like you shape, like when you shape them, don't make them sharp on the side, or don't make them that sharp, because I don't want to.
You don't want to hurt it.
I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to hurt nobody. I just, you know what I'm saying?
And in the past, when you had them sharp, you did hurt yourself, correct?
I never really hurt myself, but like just in case, I just be like, don't make them too pointy, because I just don't want them to be uncomfortable. Not pointy, but it's like a certain type of sharp that you just don't want.
And if you wanted to scratch or cut Miss Imani Ellis' face,
Mm-hmm.
you could have done it with both of your hands, either one or both, right?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
I'm not saying you did that right now. I'm asking you a different question. Did you understand my question?
I mean, how would I fight? How would I fight somebody? I am mostly left-handed, so if I was to like do anything mostly, I'll do it mostly with the left hand. I'm really like.
You're good at fighting with your left hand, aren't you?
Objection is characterized as the testimony.
Are you good at fighting with your left hand?
Objection lacks foundation.
16.
Ooh.
Do you have any experience fighting with any like martial arts experience or other type of experience to defend yourself should something occur in your life?
Objection relevance.
Overruled.
Not really, no.
So any type of fighting that you would be able to do, it would just be freestyle from your own knowledge of fighting, correct?
Objection argumentative.
16.
If you wanted to fight with someone, would you use your left hand, your right hand, or both?
Objection asked and answered.
16. Why don't we move on?
When you enter a building, such as this building or any building, oftentimes you will see that there's a security guard or a police officer or a sheriff guarding the building, correct? You saw that today here in the courthouse, didn't you?
Yes.
Bless you. I guess it's not. And on the date of the incident, the security guard, police officer, or person securing that building
Cardi's a little uncouth, y'all. She didn't even say excuse me.
was in fact Imani Ellis. In your mind, when you got off the elevator, Imani Ellis was in your mind, your state of mind was that she was a security guard, correct?
Objection.
I think she's answered.
Yes. Okay.
And was there any doubt in your mind that she was a security guard?
There was no doubt in my mind that she was a security guard. She had the security guard outfit on. That's why I was so confused that she was so aggressive, and she's supposed to protect me, the patient.
I understand. If Imani Ellis had in fact told you to leave the building, would you have listened because she was a security guard?
Objection, this is a complete hypothetical, irrelevant, Life Foundation.
Sustained.
Did Miss Imani Ellis tell you to leave the building at any point during your verbal or physical altercation on February 24th, 2018?
She told me, "You gonna leave my building. You gonna leave my building."
Are you aware that Imani Ellis was hired by the owner of that building and had the right to tell you to leave?
Objection, calls for legal conclusion, Life Foundation.
Sustained.
When Imani Ellis told you to leave the building, did you follow her command?
Objection. Relevance, Life Foundation.
You can answer.
No, she wasn't acting like a security guard.
But she was a security guard.
Objection, he's arguing.
The security guard
So,
tried to
we're not
attack
gonna- we're not
patients.
gonna argue. The objection is sustained, we're not gonna argue with each other.
Did you believe in your mind that Imani Ellis was a police officer?
No,
If you thought she was a police officer, would you have handled the situation the same way?
Objection, incomplete hypothetical.
Sustained. Let's just focus on what happened.
Now, when Imani Ellis spoke with you, when you exited the elevator, she spoke with you directly outside the elevator, the area directly outside of the elevators, correct?
I don't believe she got inside the elevator. I don't believe she did.
That's my question is, did whatever happen between the two of you?
It
did
is
happen
real expensive to be
inside the
unhinged.
elevator,
Real
at the
expensive
point of
and
entry,
crazy.
or outside the elevator?
Outside the elevator and down the hallway.
Fine. And when Miss Ellis was asked the same question, do you remember her saying that it happened outside of the elevator as well? Do you agree with her testimony?
It wasn't in front of the elevator anymore because I was walking and she was following me. So it wasn't in front of the elevator. It was outside the elevator because I already got off the elevator. I don't think she ever went inside the elevator because I felt her as soon as I'm walking. I felt her walking right behind me, and then she said something. She said, "Oh my God, Cardi B!" That's when I turn around, and she got the camera right here, like she recorded me, and I'm like, "Yo, why you recording me?" And she practically did admit that she recorded me because she said, "Oh my bad."
Okay.
So
And when she said, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B," or whatever you just said right now, when she said that, was that offensive to you?
it wasn't offensive. I just kept power walking so I could avoid more contact. But she just kept following me.
Okay. And isn't it true that sometimes when you're walking around, different people will say, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B,"
Yeah,
because they get excited.
yeah,
And you had experienced that many times before you had that experience with Imani Ellis, correct?
yes.
And the reason you didn't like it from her is because she was a security guard and you felt it was unprofessional for her to say that to you. Isn't that true?
When she first said it, I didn't tell her nothing. I kept walking.
Why couldn't she say it? Why?
I never said she couldn't.
Overruled.
Okay. And she said it to you.
She said it to me, and I kept walking.
What if she was not a security guard and she was just a random human and said, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B"? Would you
Wait a minute.
take offense to that?
Wait a minute. Wait, I'm sorry. So he's basically saying that because she was a security guard, Cardi B is looking for her doctor's office, that Cardi B was just supposed to do everything that this woman told her to do. I want to see this law in California. California people, are y'all in my chat? Tell me about this law. What is he talking about?
Overruled.
You can answer.
I didn't even feel offended when she first said it. I felt offended when she kept following me. She recorded me, and you're supposed to be a security. You're not supposed to be recording patients going to any doctor, any.
But again,
That's what offended me. When she first said, "Oh my God, it's Cardi B," I just kept power walking. I didn't say nothing. I said something the second time she said it, and I turned around and I saw that she was recording me. And I'm like, "Yo, why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security?" And she said, "Oh my bad." Then she kept following me, and now I'm getting annoyed. It's like you're the security
hold on a
guard
question.
of the
No
building.
question pending. No question.
All right, council, I think that might be a good time to end because we've got some things that we need to deal with outside the presence of the jury.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to resume right back at 9:30 again. Thank you for your patience today and your attention. We will see you tomorrow at 9:30. In the meantime, please do not discuss the case with anyone, including other jurors. Don't form any opinions or do any research.
Let's see if they come back. They
She
do.
did not know the
But y'all, I just popped in here because of the fact that Cardi B was on the stand, and this is always a little unusual when the defendants get on the stand, and I wanted to listen, but I think I've gotten more enjoyment of listening to somebody do their voice their examination of a witness. I don't know exactly where he was going with this. He's just bouncing all around the place. And also, this is also a great exercise in watching a client who hasn't been properly prepared, understanding what sustained mean, understand what overruled mean, because she's just talking, she's just, wanting to talk and get this out, and she's not understanding that. That's her lawyer's fault because they should prep her. But the plaintiff, honey, your lawyer that's doing all this talk, nope, 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 nope. I don't know what you can afford and what you couldn't afford, but this is a great exercise in seeing why they say that you can win a case or lose a case by the lawyering. Doesn't matter if they know the law up and down, backwards and forwards. It's about how they communicate and get this information out so that the jury can understand it. And when the lawyer appears like he doesn't have grasp of courtroom procedures or the procedures in law, that can show because there's a difference between being nervous and then there's another difference between you're not doing the stuff that you need to do so that you can win the case or the proper procedures that you need to do before the case. Case in point, earlier in this testimony, when the judge was like, you were supposed to file for A, B, C, and D, and you didn't do it. So you can't go around this line of questioning. And he's trying to, it's almost like he knows he's being recorded and he's trying to get these big gotcha moments, these big Perry Mason gotcha moments. And that's not working. No, it's not working. But let's continue. Let's see what they're arguing outside of the jury.
name of the receptionist. She did not know the name of the doctor that she visited that one day. In the January 17, 2023 discovery responses of defendant, she responded in a verified response that the potential witnesses included her, plaintiff, and unknown staff employees of the medical center building who intervened during the incident. There was no motion to compel that was filed against that. And at that point in time, neither she nor her counsel knew the identity of the two individuals. There's actually another response where, and I don't see it here, but what happens why? My copy of the. Oh, I'm not sure where it went to. Oh, yes, it disappeared. Now I've got it. Okay, so in Exhibit 1 to the motion, the supplemental motion that we filed, excuse me. She identified at page 10 Anani Alice and unknown staff employees at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, including at least
Exactly styled by her.
who intervened during
Unprepared.
She described them, identified them as people who intervened, specific people, two people who intervened in the incident, and but she at that point did not know their names. It was years
So very.
that she never, had gone there again. Plaintiff's counsel did not move to compel. it did not file or serve a response to supplement discovery. Exhibit 2 is a comparable discovery response in January 7, 2023, that also referred similarly to the 2 by what they had done, at least 2 such persons who intervened during the incident. It was not until last year, excuse me, it was not until last year that we learned of.
Did you bring all your glasses today?
Yeah. We added, well, it's not until 2024 that we actually identified Dr. Finke, which was Moore's hard work. It wasn't easy. And we put Finke on the 2024 witness list, which is Exhibit 5 to the memorandum that we filed.
Okay, why don't you move on to Ms. Malcolm?
Okay, and Ms. Malcolm, she was a receptionist. She no longer worked at that firm by the time that the litigation had started at that medical center. And Malcolm's identity was only discovered on July 28, 2025, following further investigation by defendant's counsel.
And you know, to this you know, talking about her being unprofessional, that's just Cardi B. I just would love to hear. They got to get it out the way they got to get it out, and it's great for a kiki moment, but also too, um your attorney preparing you for that, because I don't want people to have biases against you in regards to how you do something. You know, the cursing and stuff like that can be corrected. The burping, if she had to burp, she had to burp. That's just one thing. It's funny, ha ha, he he, but take it from somebody who sat on a jury, and I know a lot of you all have sat on juries, and take it to somebody who's had to testify. It does make a difference depending on who you're testifying in front of, and sometimes the judges make a big deal about it. Just about you, the way that you're talking on the stand, if you're cursing, if you are being argumentative, or any of those types of things. So I pointed it out because, you know, hey, this is YouTube. This is, you know, pointed out, ha ha, he he. But also, I just want to make sure that everyone understands that when you are in the court of law, those are big stakes. Some people, it's a big stake in regard to your money. It might be a big stake in regards to your life, your livelihood, whether or not that you keep members or not with your family. So when you're in court, it's very important, and I think it's the attorney's job to make sure that you are briefed or given a statement, or even try to work with you, particularly in cases like this where there's money involved. I'm quite sure there's a lot of money involved, that you prep your client the best way that you can.
On the so then we talked about adding her to the exhibit list, witness list, and she was added to our witness list. I think Counsel's looking at me like I don't know what I'm talking about, but but I believe that she was put on our witness list. Yes.
Her
In July that we.
Cardi B's lawyers are very nervous in court
The
too.
court has referred to the defendant's witness list, which omitted her, even though they knew of her. Plaintiffs August 9. Oh, I'm sorry. They actually had intended to call these 2 people as well. They did not identify them by name, even though plaintiff worked there and knew these people. She knew who Dr. Finke was. He intervened. She knew who the receptionist was. She worked there. Plaintiff worked there as well. Their August 9, 2022 discovery response identified as witnesses, quote, employees of doctor's office located near the scene. Then also, plaintiff testified in her deposition, which is Exhibit 4 to the memorandum we filed, quote, she is going to be bringing forward at the time of trial people from the doctor's office. So these are people that she knew about. She didn't identify. We didn't know about it. We found it out on our own, and we promptly disclosed it. Again.
Well, and I guess that's the question: is what is promptly disclosed? You learned about it on the 28th. Did you call plaintiff's counsel and say, hey, we found her?
July 28, 2025 was when Malcolm's
Oh.
identity was discovered, and that's when we added the I think it was July 30th, when we filed, I could be wrong, filed
I believe it was the following week.
the following week. And my colleague will clarify that.
May I respond?
I just want to make sure that I understand the defendant's position. I don't see anything. I see the next witness list after that is being 820.
That's the one that I filed.
So when he filed, he admitted her. Oh,
I did not write her name there, because I did not know about it.
well, that's an issue.
And so how did you communicate Miss Malcolm's name to plaintiff's counsel?
May I?
Yeah.
Your Honor, we were we were providing drafts for this latest round of the trial filings. And as soon as we found out, we put it on the witness list. And on one of those drafts, before they were filed.
And I'm asking, when did that happen?
I'm not sure. I know it was before August 20th.
Okay.
We heard your.
Go ahead. Well, actually, let me first start. So, Ms. Ellis, you understand you're still under oath, yes?
Yes.
Okay. I have a declaration from Tiara Malcolm, and she states that you telephoned her approximately 2 months after the incident, and that you asked her for her assistance in pursuing claims, and she said she didn't want to get involved. And she said, quote, she told you, you've got to be kidding me. Did that conversation happen?
Never.
Did you do anything to investigate your claims after the incident?
No.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Mr. John Fawson.
With respect to Malcolm, the first time I learned of it, I was given a partial document which only has about 50 pages. I was given it yesterday for the first time in the middle of the
It
trial.
was on your joint witness list on May 10th in 2024.
What was it?
His name.
I'm talking about the Malcolm, not the name of the
Oh.
document.
I'm sorry. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
So what I wanted the court to know is I've been intimately involved with this case. My office is located across the street, 9025 Wilshire Boulevard. As an officer of the court, I declare under penalty of perjury. I never walked inside Dr. Finke's office one time. I never gave him my business card. All that's written there is not me. It's not true. It is false. It is a mistake or false, not my problem. I'm just telling you this as an officer of the court. I will not damage my reputation with you for this small issue. I just want it to be clear.
Okay.
I never
And
did it.
I think there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for this, and that it might have been workers' comp counsel.
I don't think so. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't me.
Did she have an attorney in the workers' comp case?
I understand that she did, but not for this. They're not going to go after this doctor.
No, I understand that, but just to get witnesses to what happened. I don't know.
I don't think, Your Honor, that that's what the purpose was. So
Okay.
is there a need for me to argue more?
No, well, as to Finke, he was on the witness list in 2024.
May I finish? I'm sorry.
Sure.
So it sounds like they're arguing about who's on the witness list and who wasn't on the witness list. Sounds like that there was another type of filing, not necessarily for the damages and things, but sounds like there was a different type of filing somewhere, and they're trying to figure out who, what, when, where, how, with all these different information and all these different witnesses.
So why don't you address why you didn't want to do any? You knew who it was. So,
Okay, so I'll address it, Your Honor. Your Honor, I did spend a lot of time doing the opposition, and I tried to do the same thing with the witness, Miss Belcalis Marlinis Almanzar, CARDI B. She herself testified that she was able to get the doctor's name in a matter of a few days or whatever it is.
so let's just focus on the fact that in May 10, 2024, you knew who this doctor was.
I did not know.
You knew he was on the witness list.
I don't remember it being on the witness list.
It was.
It could have been.
I'm
But
telling
at
you it
that
was.
time, I believe you, Your Honor. So what I want to say to the court is, at that time, we knew we were not going to trial. It wasn't real yet. What was real was coming to trial now in August. And in discovery, it was never produced. So if it was,
How is it real?
Criminal rocks.
How is it real? This thing happened in 2018. Surely somebody was in settlement negotiation. Surely. Because if you don't get a settlement, then you take the case to its logical step is to trial.
I understand. But the point is, when they were responded to, the defendant could have easily gotten the name of Dr. Finke. She testified today under oath that it was her doctor. The same way plaintiff has to go and get the doctor's information in form routes, so does the defendant. This goes against the Code of Civil Procedure. It's unfair, it's prejudicial, it's damaging. I wasn't able to depose this person. I get it. I didn't depose the defendant because she was out of state, but I did depose Dr. Rosenberg. And if there were witnesses to this case, I would have deposed them. Why not? So, first of all, Your Honor, with respect to Dr. Finke, my position is that he should not be allowed to testify for several reasons. Really, he didn't really see anything. He didn't. And it's really not that exciting.
How do you know that?
Because I know that. I know that. And we'll see that. If the court wants to allow him to testify, I'm open to that thought process because he didn't see anything. I really wouldn't care about him. But this random person, Tiara Malcolm, is a problem. Why? Because I wasn't able to take her deposition, cross-examine her. She was never put on any witness list. Even my own that I did on August 20th, when I filed it, it wasn't there. The two individuals that I thought were the witnesses are Dr. Azizolai and Miss Parsi. Those two people are on the witness list. This whole idea came about because counsel said, well, we shouldn't have Azizolai, we shouldn't have Parsi. And then I said, well, then I'm going to jump on the bandwagon too, and you shouldn't have yours. And that's why we're here today, Your Honor.
Okay, so let me refresh my recollection. I don't remember if we had a court reporter at the time. But at the time of our final status conference, there were discussions about this receptionist. I think there were discussions about you were actively engaged in trying to identify her, and you would inform counsel if and when you did. That conversation happened, correct?
Nobody informed me nothing. All I was given.
No, I'm saying at the time of the final status conference, that was a conversation that was had.
I don't remember it that way. I'm not that smart like the court is. I don't remember it that way. All I can say is it's
Clearly,
inappropriate.
clearly you're not.
In the middle of the trial, with this court, the way that it is, it's super fast. The court doesn't want me to spend a lot of time asking people questions and practically doing a deposition. So I would submit that.
Let's just say for the record, I let people try their cases. I'm not going to let you waste the jury's time.
Of course,
okay?
I understand that, Your Honor. So my request is Tiara Malcolm is out because no one at any point called me, did anything to give me this information till yesterday when their attorney, Lisa Moore, who's not the main attorney, there's another lawyer here, he could have signed the declaration. I don't know why he did it. Why is she doing it? Everything's been done by Peter Anderson and Eric Lamb with all of his other attorneys that he has helped him.
Well, I think she was the one with boots on the ground, according to her declaration. But
Wow.
so let's. So we find out about her on the 28th, and I see the witness list on the 20th. So I guess my concern is the gap of period of time, or actually, can you confirm? Did we have that conversation that you were actively trying to find her?
That's my recollection, that she definitely came up. I don't recall if we had just found her or if we were still actively trying to find her. Unfortunately, we don't have the back and forth. And for example, Mr. Lamb's, sorry. I think that point's to me. If Your Honor likes, we can check to see when we actually sent a draft with her name to a draft witness list with her name to counsel. He definitely did not just find out about her yesterday,
I'm sorry.
if I may. And so we can do that. We just can't do it here because we've got a lot of trial documents and not many discovery documents or drafts of discovery documents. But we can't submit that. I can tell you, Your Honor, that once we found her, and this is a woman, by the way, who's integral to the case that plaintiff has known about since day one. And counsel says his office was across the street, but he never bothered to walk across the street to find out her name. Anyway.
His office is across the street.
Story short, we can provide that information. We can check if you like, but we did promptly disclose. I believe it was in a draft joint witness list that we had submitted. We submitted several as soon as we found her.
Can y'all hear me? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me.
This case was set to be tried in 2024. It was continued over and over and over, and discovery was closed. This court did not reopen discovery. So this issue has been sleeping for at least a year, and it's unfair and prejudicial to the plaintiff to allow this random witness to show up at the eve of, not even the eve, in the middle of trial.
I think, let's be fair, you both identified people at the medical center. You both knew that these were people, I mean, your client testified that there was people that came out. So she knew that there were people that came out.
No, the two individuals that I have, these are people that know about the incident. These are not the two individuals that they're talking about. There was nobody at the scene till after the fact. So whoever these people are, they're not going to really say anything fair. And for them to drop it on me in the middle of the trial is unfair. If they want to bring Dr. Finke and he wants to say, I came out and I heard there was an altercation, I'm not too concerned about him. I'm more concerned about Tierra Malcolm. I have no idea who she is, what she's going to say, and that one has never been given to me. And this case, discovery has been closed for over a year. Why should she be allowed to testify? It doesn't make sense.
Your Honor, may I just very briefly?
Sure.
We've been asking, and counsel hasn't told us who this Farzi, I'm not even going to try. I don't know if that's, I just don't know how to pronounce his last name. And the woman, and we've been asking how they're relevant, given that Farzi, for lack of just attempt to avoid trying to mangle his last name, he's on 4-3, and he doesn't come in on Saturdays. He wasn't there. And the other person they identified is the receptionist at the building office, which is closed on Saturdays. The suggestion that the two people everyone's been talking about throughout this case who came out of the doctor's office for some reason weren't the doctor and the receptionist is just absurd.
Your Honor, he's testifying things he doesn't know. How does he know if my doctor and his assistant were there on Saturday? How does he know that? If he can prove me that, I'll withdraw all my objections. He can't. He's just making up stories.
Well, absolutely. So I guess the question is, let's just talk about reasonable diligence. And so, Plaintiff's counsel knew that the receptionist of the Women's Care of Beverly Hills was at least identified as a category of a person to be a trial witness, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Did you do anything to try and figure out who that was?
There was nothing to do. It's a 6-year-old issue. I didn't know if somebody could even pop up. Why would they? Well, how could I do it, Your Honor? How? Wouldn't be possible.
All right. And to what extent, if any, is it possible to get her deposed between now and Tuesday?
Well, Your Honor, it sounds like plaintiff is going to be resting tomorrow. We expect her to testify tomorrow. She also, she's out of town. Yeah, that's our plan is for her to testify tomorrow. And if
Mystery person.
Without the jury, she can give an offer of proof or something.
Who is this mystery person?
We're talking about a 30-second incident. Yeah, I did it. And by the way, he didn't take Dr. McKenna's deposition. He didn't take, that proceeded without him because he didn't bother to show up. He didn't take the defendant's deposition. The idea that at this late point he gets to take a deposition of someone who he has known about and his client has known about since she worked there. I just don't see the fairness in that.
Your Honor, she was.
All right, let me do this. I'm gonna rule that Dr. Finke can testify. I'm gonna take it under submission. I'm gonna look a little bit further into the Malcolm issue. I will tell you, I'm leaning, since the person was identified apparently for years, I don't think that it's an unfair surprise that she was finally identified. So that's where I'm leaning, but I'm not going to make that decision right now. So I'll rule tomorrow morning on the issue of the receptions.
And how about that position?
Well, I'll rule tomorrow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
9:30 tomorrow?
Can you adjust your-
So I think there was a discussion at the final status conference regarding who was demanding jury, and I thought the defendant was demanding jury.
I assume plaintiff had demanded a jury.
I believe both sides.
I thought both sides.
Oh, okay, so I didn't realize that. We weren't counsel at the time.
No, I think it was addressed at the final status conference in terms of payment of jury fees.
Oh, I don't recall that at all. I'm sorry.
Is that an issue?
No, we'll split them.
Okay, all right. Fine.
My apologies.
Yes,
Put it in queue, then.
exhibits for today.
Oh, exhibits for today. See, keep me on track. Are there any exhibits that were moving in evidence?
I believe there was one that the court, Dr. Mulligan's records and bills.
We already talked about 9 and 28.
Okay. So defense counsel is going to look at, I'm sorry, the exhibit,
9. This was 15 pages.
no, nine was in CV, I thought.
No, you're right. I apologize. Number 4, it's 15 pages. And counsel has had the whole day to look at the 15 pages, 3 pages of which are bills. And this is something that Dr. Mulligan testified to. I would ask that the court admit these 15 pages of evidence.
Any objections?
So y'all, there's not going to be any more testimony. They're just talking about the stuff that they're going to want to put in and take out in court, and we'll let them have that. Y'all, now I just popped into this. And I'm going to tell y'all this. First, I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to see what they have in terms of what's going on tomorrow. Because I just popped in because I saw Cardi B and I was like, oh my gosh, Cardi B is testifying. Cardi B is testifying. But baby, to hear the plaintiff's attorney, whose office is across the street from when this incident happened, hadn't done due diligence in 7 years, to go across the street, to depose people, all of this stuff. I don't think that they thought it was going to come to court. And it definitely, they can tell. I am going to go back because I knew the case was happening. I'm fixing to go back to yesterday's testimony and this morning's testimony. And I'm going to do a video in regards to that. Like I said, I popped in because I saw Cardi B was on the stand and I wanted to hear Cardi B testify, and I have. And I will tell you this. Cardi B, it seemed like it would have been cheaper and less embarrassing had they just settled. I know that, but that's her money and she's not going to do it. But this is craziness. And I'm going to take Styled by Meek, and I'm going to go back and hear what the security guard said and do a video in regards to that. So we're going to pop out of here. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you all for rocking out with me. Please like this video, hit this thumbs up. And if you like what you see, if you like celebrity lawsuits and things like that, please consider following me because I am following that. All right, people, we do this every week. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share this video if you care. Y'all, this is some of the craziest mess that I just dropped into. I'm glad I dropped into it. So now I'm going back to read it, to watch the rest of it. And I know that there is one that's about 3 hours long and the other one's like 6 hours long. I may just come back and just be on live and we would watch that together because I don't have much to do today. So we probably could do that, but I'm just going to check it out first. All right, people. Please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. Check out all my playlists. I do TV reviews. I'm a big Star Wars, like Marvel fan. I talk about that with some of my mutuals. I also do celebrity legal news and celebrity news. And I also do pop culture chats where I just take my Gen X tail and I get out here and talk about all the little different things that are going on in the news. All right, people. Please tell a friend, tell a kin, tell a coworker, tell that heifer that you can't stand that I'm over here making these videos. And as always, people, bye-bye.